Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a little pup date for you. It has been officially 1 month since I had Remy. Ooh, she is a big girl now, getting bigger each and every day. You guys gonna see it? Her personality has come in strong. She has a full and bright, lovely personality, playful, high energy, a little bit sassy, overall super smart and super lovely. It has been the greatest pleasure of being her mom. But I have 10 things that I learned since having her, and I thought I'd share them with you today. I'm gonna set her down because she's doing the most, but look at these paws. So without further ado, here are 10 things that I've learned since having a new puppy. The one thing that I've learned since having Remy is to keep it simple. Simplify everything. You don't know what kind of toys or food items your puppy's gonna like, so there's no need to get it all. I know that those puppy hauls are super popular and they encourage you to spend thousands of dollars on a bunch of different items. I even went ahead and shared the different items that I got for Remy, but I would strongly encourage you to only get 1 or 2 items, and then when you live with them for a while, you'll truly understand what your puppy will need, and then you can pick up items as you go. Number 2, your vet can give you really helpful tips that can better your relationship with your dog. So I encourage you to feel free to ask them anything and everything, because they can give you really valuable information from the type of vaccines that your dog will need depending on the lifestyle that you and your dog will have, food recommendations based on your dog's specific breed, weird habits such as itching, coughing, hiccups is very common with puppies. I didn't know that, so just asking them all of these miscellaneous questions can give you a lot of security, but then also it can give you a lot of insight into the mannerisms of how your puppy behaves. The third thing that I've learned is the more time that you put in up front will lead to a better payoff in the future. I know that the most common tip that they recommend you when you first get a puppy is to be patient, to be consistent with your training and vocalizing your needs and boundaries to your new puppy, and that may be true, but dedicating an ample amount of time from the get-go will save you a lot of frustrations in the future, such as potty training the very first day that they enter your home, name calling, rewarding positive behaviors, crate training immediately from the very first day can really encourage and shorten the time that it will take over the long period of time. When I first got Remy, it took her entirety of 1 week to truly understand potty training, where she needs to go, and she'll have an accident every now and then up until this month in this period, and now she rarely ever has an accident. Originally, I crate trained her to be comfortable in her crate, and sometimes she would go potty in there. I would put a pee pad in there to go during the night just in case she had to go, but now she's grown big enough where she can hold her bladder for a couple of hours and will not go in her crate. She'll wait until she's released and then is able to go onto the mats. The fourth thing that I've learned is that if all of the dog's needs are met, it will decrease or fully eliminate behavioral issues. I honestly think I've really got lucky with having Remy because she doesn't have a lot of the typical puppy things that maybe other parents have experienced, such as barking, growling, excessive whining, chewing up a lot of things. However, she did chew up a little piece of my bedside table because I realized she had the zoomies, but I wanted to wait until after a work period. But because she was bored, and bored dogs lead to bad behaviors like anyone else, bored you make poor decisions, and I feel like I've realized, I've come to learn that, not the squeaking, I've come to realize that the more, okay, there's just gonna be a little bit of squeaking in this video because she's clearly entertained. I've realized that the more attention and time that I give her up front, and if I wear her out and run her in the beginning of the day, and all of her energy is released, then she doesn't find herself, what can I do to get your attention by barking? What can I do to get you to do whatever by chewing up things or tearing up things? It's also a matter of being a little bit of attentive to your dog and seeing what they like and what they're drawn to. When I first got Remy, she really was fascinated with that plastic bags, that crinkly sound. She really loved it. So any sort of garbage bag she'd tear up because she likes that crunchy sound, or any sort of poop bag or whatever the same, she would try to get at it or reach it even though it wasn't within her vicinity. And so knowing that, I ended up getting a lot of newer toys that I didn't get her as a pup when I first got her. It's something that I learned, and I ended up getting a lot of crinkly toys like this crinkly toy she's obsessed with because of the sound. She's going crazy. but it also makes a squeaky sound. It's just knowing your pet and knowing what kind of things that they like as well. Something that I learned since having Remy, number 5, is to pay attention to absolutely everything. And I know that sounds a bit obvious, but I like to encourage Remy, like as she gets bigger and learns new things, to give her more responsibilities, to challenge her to take on good behavior despite like her thrill of like wanting something. For example, if her behavior is good outside of the crate, then I'll give her more out of the crate time. If she's using the bathroom where she's supposed to consistently and like playing with her toys when she's supposed to instead of chewing up other things, like that kind of behavior gets rewarded. However, like because she's getting bigger, it's paying attention that whether they can go up the stairs or not, making sure the doors are closed, making sure areas where she's unfamiliar and will mess with things she's not supposed to gets blocked off and secured properly. I only bring this up because there was a time where I had chocolate chip cookies. There was one left, thank God, but I set it on top of my dining room table and I didn't know that she can climb chairs and swipe at things and eat them. And so I was panicked because, you know, it puts her in a dangerous situation, but it's also just knowing like what her full capabilities are. So pay attention to everything is like my biggest thing. Like get little security locks if you need it, but I love the little like fences that block off certain things because I have a lot of plants in this room alone that she likes to dig up. So just protecting your things, but protecting her is like another big thing that I've learned. Things that I learned, number 6, a disciplined dog is a good dog. And I'm realizing that as I interact with other like pet parents. Some people believe that, some people don't, but I am a big advocate for that. Like I said, like as the puppy learns new things and masters certain things, the more responsibility that they would get. And with that comes discipline. Like I really wanted to instill a lot of training and structure into her life. That way, when she's older, she can have more freedom to do more things. Like learning important things like look, call, when I say come, you come. If I say sit, you sit. It's not necessarily like an obedience, like control factor. It's a safety thing because if we were out hiking, it'd be really cool if like she was at a dog park or a dog beach where she can run around freely without a leash and where it's allowed to her be a dog. But I can't do that if there's like children and other people involved and she doesn't know how to be a civilized dog in society. And so being really well structured and disciplined and relying on me for recall, for rewards, for safety, security is a lot of responsibility and a lot of freedom I would love to give her in the future. And so I feel like a strongly disciplined dog who like will follow the owner's lead is the best dog because they get to have the best life. Running around in forests, like I want all of that for her, but if she doesn't listen and knocks over a couple children, you know, it puts her at risk, it puts everybody else at risk. And so that is something that I'm learning and I'm trying to continuously pour more into her as she gets older. The 7th thing I've learned since having a little puppy is having a puppy budget. I originally made like a blueprint of like how much I think having her would cost besides like the sticker price of like purchasing her, and then also like her food and miscellaneous things like toys, sure, right? Her bed, like these are like one-time costs sometimes, but we had an emergency vet visit once since I've had her already. She goes to the vet every 2 weeks now, every 2 to 3 weeks to get her vaccines, which is also a costly amount. Different like carrying bags so she can go outside and explore outside. These sort of things, it's just something good to keep in mind. They're puppies, so they destroy certain things too. So like if you get a new leash and she tears it up, it's like good to have a safety, security little pocket for your puppy because you don't know what unforeseen expenses can arise. I got her this new little fishy and she's obsessed, and that's why she's just squeaking away. Let me see. Isn't it so cute? There you go. The 8th thing I've learned since having this little girl, the first month is a lot of potty moments. So buy more cleaning products than you think that you will need. And I'm talking about the one that removes the odor. I'm talking about the disinfectant, puppy wipes, though a lot of puppy wipes aren't very effective because some of them have like conditioner stuff in them to make it smell good and all this other stuff. I like the wipes made for like regular people, like the Charmin ones, like these ones, because they're like actually moist towelettes. So if you really need to get like grime off of your dog, because my puppy likes to walk through her bathroom business sometimes. She's growing out of that, thank God. But like originally her little paws would get so mucky from that kind of thing. And so those wipes were fantastic. The other ones, like the puppy ones or the dog ones, they don't clean as well. And so I feel like those are a great alternative. So I just think that accidents happen way more frequently than you think that they will. And so more cleaning products, the better. And I'm talking about like the little plug-in wall scent things too are like just super helpful. Number 9 thing that I've learned, when you first get a puppy, they always say like get like one of those training pouches, training treats, like these little tiny treats that you give to your dog or whatever. Number one, those are expensive. That's the first thing. Those little bags are like $15 each, and you will clear those bags. Also, they're not like the healthiest, because you're giving, like, puppies eat 3 to 4 times a day, and then plus you're training them, you're supposed to be training them like 5 to 10 minutes 3 times a day as well. And I'm like, that is a lot of food. And so the one thing that I've learned is to use their kibble, a high quality, for if they're not as food inspired, you can get a higher version of their kibble, like the freeze dried, different meal things instead, and use those as a meal replacement for their like their training treats. That way they're not taking on all these extra calories from fat and all the like little sugar things that they be eating. I feel like that was the game changer, because one, she loves it, and two, she's like still really healthy because she's not eating 50 treats a day. Also, I recommend, like, if you get like just regular chicken breasts at your grocery store, that's no more than $8 to $12. If you boil it, then you can shred it up and then use that as like your training treats, and you can get them into really small pieces, and then you can use the extra broth that's left over to hydrate your kibble or use it rotated in your meals. I found that was the most helpful and most economical. And last but not least, learning your dog and bonding is a slow process. They're gonna spend their whole lives with you, and so like you won't see instant results over time. But if you're consistent with your time and care with them, or even developing a consistent schedule, they will like be there for you, and like they will latch on to the knowledge or things that you're trying to teach them. And it's kind of remarkable. Like, she impresses me every day with the new things she learns and how fast she's able to learn. And like any relationship, sometimes that just takes time. There will be days where she has really good days where she knows everything, and there'll be days where she's in a rebel phase and she forgets and makes many accidents. But I encourage you not to get frustrated with your puppy, and just take a moment and know that they're like a baby. So sometimes they make mistakes and they forget, and at the end of the day they look to you for guidance. So if they make a mistake, it's not necessarily that it's your fault, but it's an opportunity to do better, to set them up for success, so that they can grow and develop that loyalty that we all aspire to have with our partnership with our dog. Okay, that's all I have for you guys. I hope that this video was helpful for you. Remy is growing so big. Her legs are getting longer, her paws are getting bigger. She's becoming more comfortable with our day-to-day like structure, and she's an overall wonderful little dog. So I encourage you, I wish you the best with you and your new puppy. If you guys have any questions or comments about your dog and what Remy and I do, just leave them down in the comments below. Thank you so much. Bye. Bye.